And it features the number 9 seed Ryan Searle, the world number 16, 34 years old from Somerset, against the world number 19 and the number 14 seed here this weekend,
Luke to throw first.
The 26-year-old, soon to be 27-year-old Luke Humphries, looking for a first PDC ranking title,
100.
having gone so close in 2021 against Ryan Searle, who is looking for a third Pro Tour
80.
title of his career. Two men who went very close in TV majors last year. Humphries losing the final of the UK Open against James Wade. Ryan Searle losing the final of the Players' Championship finals in Minehead in November. But both players, it seems, carrying
100.
on where they left off at the very outset of 2022. The best of 15 legs, the first to 8, alongside me, Rob Malarkey, for this final.
59.
Paul Nicholson, and I think we should be in for a cracker, to be honest.
Yeah, I agree. Really, really happy for Luke and for Ryan
60.
to get this steady. Well, it's more than steady. It's a very good start to 2022. It's a continuation of form from 2021.
57.
But obviously, only one man can be crowned champion today. And
55.
looking at the semi-finals, this one could be close. It does, in my opinion, depend on what gear
140.
Ryan Searle finds. Because if he finds the quarter-final gear and he starts getting shots at tops, Luke's in trouble.
100.
Well, Luke Humphries was 4-2 down in his semi-final against Darrell Gurney, but he came back, he responded really well. Got himself in front at 5-4 as he takes the opening leg in this final. And the concern was, when he allowed Gurney back in for the decider, he started off that 12th leg with a visit of 27. But my word, in the decider, he just raced out of the blocks. Back-to-back 180s. He was a double 12 away from the 9-darter. And he finished things off in style with a 10-darter. But Ryan Searle, you've got to say, you look at his numbers so far today, Paul, and apart from the first round win against Geert de Vos, he's had ton plus averages all the way through. Neil Zonneveld, Cameron Menzies, Jason Lowe, Ratajski and Peter Wright. And Luke Humphries in the zone once again, it seems, Paul.
95.
Let's have another look at a 9. Well, he had a look.
105.
The most important thing right here is that he's bossed the leg. And that he's doing it on the Searle throw.
60.
Double 18 for a 10-darter. Signal of intent. And that's in for an 11. And what I make about 2 and a bit minutes, it's 2-0.
I just wonder with Luke Humphries, he's had that. Well, they both had arduous semi-finals. Peter Wright for Ryan Searle and Luke Humphries coming through against Gurney. But I just think there's a little bit more momentum behind Humphries at the moment.
100.
There is a look in his eyes as if to say, I'm sick of being the bridesmaid. It's time for me to kick on. He's beaten Joe Cullen today. And he could probably look at someone like Cullen and say, I want to do what you're doing. I want to get in the Premier League. I want to be winning things like the Masters.
Yeah.
I want to get back to the thick end of tournaments like the UK Open from last year. But there's a big decision that was made by Humphries at the end of last year in Minehead. He decided to ditch the old darts, go with these new ones, where they're all weighted the same, and they've all got the same points. And I thought that was 65. A stroke of genius, because that was a big thing for Luke. And now these are permanent mainstays in his darts
100.
case. And they're working.
Tops for a 3-0 lead for Luke Humphries. The trouble with Ryan Searle is he's just come through. He's just beaten the world champion by 7 legs to 5. And let's not lose sight of the fact that it was against Peter Wright that he had that win in August of 2021 for his second PDC ranking title. He's beaten the world champion with an average of almost 104. It is always going to be a big question mark about how you can quickly just get yourself going again.
60.
Now, people will say, well, hang on a minute, he's in the final of a ranking title event, £12,000 at stake for the winner. He should be able to get up, but it's easier said than done when you're in a situation like that, I think. And He's finding it hard to get going in this one so far, it seems.
What's interesting for me is the dynamic of playing Players' Championship events, because they haven't done so
81
since November. There was a real rhythm about winning these things. That's why we've seen multiple winners many, many years over.
60.
I wouldn't be surprised to see one of these players get really flat for 2 or 3 minutes in this final, because this is a slog.
140.
And it's the energy levels of Humphries over the last couple of years that have been the difference in his results.
Well, I'm just pleased from a selfish point of view, because you asked me at the very outset who I fancied for today's title. I did go for Ryan Searle. That's on the record. There's no doubt about that. And I just had a feeling that, you know, because of the performances that he put in on the Pro Tour late last year, 2 finals and a title here in Barnsley, and I stressed the horses for courses argument. People might say, well, it's a similar environment, but I think there's something in that. You know, people do take some comfort from that, but Searle is taking no comfort from this at the moment, because Humphries is just hitting everything on double, and in the blink of an eye he is opening up, or has opened up, a 4-0 lead in this final, and he's halfway there already.
140.
I don't know what the exact game was. Was it Norway against England or something? That famous commentator said, your boy's taking one hell of a beating.
140.
Well, look, unfortunately, Ryan Searle's taking one hell of a smack right now, because 4-0 in about 4 minutes.
If you're going to go down that road, though, you have to list off a string of famous people from Somerset and then say, your boy's taken a hell of a beating, as the Norwegian commentator did. Yeah,
that's pretty much all I've got.
45.
Thomas Hardy, maybe, not the actor. Anyway, Humphries not standing on ceremony here, my word. 3 more treble 20s, gets himself down to 81. He's closing in on a 5-0 lead.
One of my favourite analogies in sport is that if you keep knocking on the door, maybe someone's going to answer. He's going to lay up for whatever he wants here, which is double 16. But if nobody answers the door, it's pretty simple, Luke. Knock the door down. And that's what this performance is looking like. A knock the door down performance.
Well, a long way inside on that double 16, so he's looking at double 8 here.
24.
And he's not found it, so that has just opened the door this time for Ryan Searle on 54. And maybe, just maybe, this could be a turning point in this final, because Searle has got a very unlikely leg on the board there. Could so easily have found himself 0-5 down. As it is, it's 1-4. He's on the scoreboard, he's off and running, and maybe, just maybe, with that break of throw, it could be the catalyst that he needs. He certainly needs something right now.
60.
5-0 looks a lot better than 4-1, and rule number 1 of playing Ryan Searle, and I know I sound like a broken record, don't give him shots like 54. Don't give him a shot at tops. For me, he's the best in the world 97. At tops. He may not be able to see it, but he can hit it.
He must have
58.
Tremendous muscle memory, Ryan Searle, as well, given the fact that, yeah, as you say, he's not really aiming, is he? He's 123. Blind as a bat, and yet he's able to produce remarkable results. I mean, we talk about, you know, the Gerwyn Price, and we talked about Florian Hempel earlier as well, but the rise from the Challenge Tour that Ryan Searle has had as well has been as impressive as it has been rapid since finishing second behind Rob Cross on the Challenge Tour Order of Merit, what, 2016?
Yeah,
I mean, that's right. That's impressive. And he's, what, number 16 in the world now? And he certainly looks like a player who belongs there as well, I think.
He's a mainstay. He is part of the furniture now. He's one of ours. We love him.
87.
Humphries looking for a haymaker here. We had a 155 from Searle in the semis.
134.
Searle's at double 17. He's not thinking twice.
Game shot.
Why would you? You can't see any of the doubles. His eyesight is that atrocious, but maybe he can hit anything he wants with sonar.
134.
Well, you mentioned before we came on air for this final that he has this man cave back at home now, doesn't he? And one of the things he does in that man cave, he plays out
58.
Various match scenarios in his head almost. He puts himself in a situation whereby he's 200 points adrift, for example, or he's 3 legs behind in a first to 6. And he puts himself in these real life situations, and it's a clever technique. That he's not the only one that does that, by the way, but it certainly has been one of the keys to his success, as well as the abundance of talent that he has.
Well, in practice, what you do
57.
is you simulate pressure, and that's a really good way of doing it. Imagine that you are 200 points behind, or maybe 3-0 down.
97.
It's a really good way of being used to being in that position. You don't want to be in that position. You want to be hitting 170s and taking legs to go 5-2 up. This is a good response from Humphries because he was on the verge of an onslaught from the Lord Farquhar
129.
Well, 65 here for Humphries to get back on track. Tops 2 attempts, double 10.
45.
And he just was outside the wire. Now then, 17 for tops here for Searle.
Game shot.
117 checkout, double 10. Humphries punished. Searle was 4 down. Could easily have been 5 down. Instead, he's just 1 down.
Anything with tops on the end is possible. 54, 117.
11
doesn't help at the start, but if you're going to have a bad visit, do it at the very start of the leg.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what Humphries did in his semi-final against Gurney as
100.
well. And he got away with it. But, well, he's picked up a ton there, so he's got the advantage early on the Searle throw.
134.
Just seems to be a bit of the edge has gone off for Luke Humphries in terms of the finishing as well in the last, well, 3 legs in particular, 4 legs actually, if you go back to leg 5 as well. Did come into this match with a superior record in the head-to-head as well. 3 wins to 2 for Humphries in their previous 5, although 2 of those were qualifiers for the Euro Tour. So ignoring those,
140.
It's
2-1 in favour of Humphries.
I think Humphries just needs a little reminder
96.
that he's in charge here. This 1-2-1 would remind him that he's in command.
105.
Now, the good thing for Luke is that he can't finish 201 on tops. But he can put a hole in it and put pressure on the 16 of Humphries. He needs to hit a double crisp. And this is for a break. That's a hugely impressive guide. He's got 2 of them. Oh, and he uses it too for 5-3. Stops the rot. And he's now within 3.
Well, that was absolutely vital, that final dart. He just used that lower of the first 2 just outside the wire just to guide that one in, because
60.
Had that not gone, I'm pretty certain Searle would have mopped up. It would have been 4 apiece, and having squandered the opportunity for a 5-0 lead, that would have been psychologically damaging. And not only that, it was a break of throw as well, so he's got the 2-leg cushion, he's got the break, he's throwing first here.
140.
Although Searle is in pretty good shape and pretty good order already in this one.
I think this game's getting quicker, you know.
125.
Both of them.
Yeah.
I've played Luke Humphries once. Got absolutely bashed.
140.
And at the end of it, I needed to sit down because I was dizzy.
180.
Well, that's absolutely stunning from Ryan Searle. Luke Humphries 161. This would be a great riposte though. Bouncing off the ropes, Luke Humphries with a bullseye finish. 161. Just when it looks as though Ryan Searle was going to have another say in this final, that may well be another significant turning point. A 161 checkout. Humphries opens up a 3-leg cushion once again. Absolutely devastating for Ryan Searle. Stunning 57. By Luke Humphries.
Tell you what, Rob, I know I'm not allowed to swear, and I'm not going to, but I really want to. That leg is going to live in my memory forever. You leave a double after 9 and you don't even get a shot at it. Luke, that was rude, but brilliant.
180 for good measure there for Searle as well, just to keep himself interested
42.
in this leg as well. This is bubbling up nice. I wouldn't be surprised if Searle came back again, you know, though, if he were able to muster a break from somewhere. First and foremost, needs to find a hold of throw here, and it looks as though he will. 1-2-4 plays 3-1-9.
Last time I saw a leg 59. Like that was at Newcastle in the Premier League between MVG and Anderson, where Anderson took the 170 after a 9-darter attempt for MVG. Sickening.
84.
6-3, 2 legs in a row. From 4-3 up, where things were precarious, he's found a little burst. And he's letting 65. This one go because he knows that Searle's going to hit tops.
Game shot.
We all know he's going to hit tops when he leaves it.
Absolutely unerring accuracy on tops once again from Ryan Searle. And there is the hold of throw for 4-6 now.
140.
You know, it's not going to take much for this one to swing again, is it? Ryan Searle a break here for 6-5. You know, that's what he... I know legs and time are running out here for Ryan Searle, but that's what he needs to just remind himself of, and I'm sure he's going to do that He is a good game manager.
100.
We talk about this quite a lot in commentary, don't we? But he is good at not losing sight of the overall picture, and
42.
he never lets a bad moment turn into a string of 4 or 5 bad moments as well. Ryan Searle, he plays with a very philosophical
180.
attitude, I think, as well, and he's going to have to here as well, because Humphries is down to 81 already.
No time at all.
99.
That maximum was so good. He could have fit another 3 in there. 62 with time on his side. Single one.
65.
All good. He'll come back for double 8 for a 5-visit leg win to put him within 1 leg of his first senior ranked
100.
event title. Nice and simple. 8 o'clock position. Nice guide. He thought it was in for a microsecond. That one is, and it's 7-4 Humphries. He's never been in a better position to win a ranked event than this.
3 times a finalist on the Pro Tour last year.
100.
Luke Humphries, he lost to Gerwin Price in the final of Players Championship 6. He lost to Jose de Souza in Players Championship 9, and he was
100.
beaten by Peter Wright in the final of Players Championship 16. Went very close to winning the UK Open as well. He's won the World Youth Championship.
66.
He was a multiple winner on the Development Tour. He won the Development Tour twice on the Order of Merit as well. But now here he is on the verge of what would be a first PDC ranking title, and you've got to say it's been coming for a long, long time for Luke Humphries. Not yet there, but my word, he won't have a better opportunity than this to break his duck.
Absolutely right. His focus over the last 3 or 4 matches has
81.
been very good, and he's almost extinguished that visible show of negativity. It's still there a
100.
little bit, but one thing that will make him feel super positive is if he gets rid of 220 and 4, and it's possible. Now he just needs to get a shot at tops. Searle, to survive, needs the 25 or that.
50, yes.
Just checks.
Yeah, 15s. Well, he's missed the treble 15. So he's just going to have to set this up as best he can.
83.
So Humphries, for a little bit of history,
Game
and
shot
it has
and the
been a
match.
long time coming, but almost inevitably, Luke Humphries has finally secured the first PDC ranking title of what has been an illustrious career so far for the 26-year-old, a man who has reached 3 World Championship quarterfinals, a player who has been crowned World Youth Champion, a player who reached a major TV final last year at the UK Open where he lost to James Wade, a man who reached 3 PDC Pro Tour finals last year, and a man who has finally broken the duck against the 2-time winner on the pro circuit, Ryan Searle.